going on, guys? Welcome to 317 Technical Analysis Indicator. This is sponsored by 317 Investment Academy. You can follow us on Instagram at 317 Investments, and you can follow our Telegram. I'll just be talking about the Technical Analysis Indicator today. Just a quick recap. So 317 Academy is on the 317 group of companies, which is a trading investment platform. We currently trade three types of strategies. We trade options, which is binary options, and stock options. We trade forex and we trade stocks. Due to the volume of what we trade, we basically trade 7 days a week, and we just basically have one goal of building wealth and financial freedom. Now let's get to the indicator. Alright, so here you see the indicator, which is called the technical primary analysis. It's currently broken down into three parts. So you have the black lines, which are called the major support and resistance, and it goes to serve as a rejection. You have the dash support and resistance, which is the blue, and the red in my case. They serve as the secondary support and resistance, and they're also like pivot points on a chart. And you have the trend channel, which is basically a moving average line and then two standard deviations from it. It's all going to make sense. But before we do that, we want to talk about how you could edit it. So if you clicked on this arrow button on your trading view, you should be able to edit the line width, which is, this is for the main support and resistance, and you can change the color, you can change the time frame. I'm going to go into details on that, why in any case you need to do that. For the secondary line style, in case you don't want a dash, you could change it to dotted, or you could change it to a solid line. You could change the width of the secondary support and resistance, and then you could change the secondary support and resistance lines, which are you could change the secondary resistance line, you could change the secondary support line, and then this is the standard deviation I'm talking about. So you could change the number, but I just advise you to leave the standard deviation alone. And then your extend lines is for if you want to continue to the right. I'm just going to input that. And then your resistance trend color, which is for your trend channel. You want to change the color. So this is just basically customization based on your chart, because some people use dark charts. I use the white background chart, which is just up to you. Just put that and make it back to dashed. Alright. So before I get started, I took three trades yesterday. This is the first one. Well, this is the first markup. Was the USD. And then the AUD USD, and I took Bitcoin. I'm just going to show you. I took them around like 8 p.m. So like 7 hours ago. And I'm just going to show you what they've done so far in 7 hours of the strategy. Okay, so for USD, it already hit TP1 and it's currently retracing, so it's probably gonna hit this line and then shoot back up. And I'm gonna tell you why and how I took the trade. That's for NZD USD, as you can see. Same thing for AUD USD. AUD USD, this is it. And this was my TP1, my TP2, and TP3. If you ever went up there, as you could see, it definitely is my TP1. Almost in my TP2. Still going up, but it's still going to be my TP2. And 7 hours, just of these two trades. It's 47. And $47 and 72. So I had 47 pips on NZD USD, and I had 72 pips on AUD USD. So what's that? It's 47. 47 and 72. That's a total of 190 pips of these two trades. And that's how powerful this strategy I'm talking to you about is. Basically, like, just put it in and forget about it. I also took BTC USD. It's currently in profit, but it's still not. It's not negative, but it's not profit. It's not in big profits yet. So I'm going to explain why I took those three trades, and I'm going to watch this at TP2. It's going to get to 19, and then it's going to get it 20. And 21, possibly. And I'm going to explain them to you how I took the trades. Alright, so I'm going to start with the NZD USD first. So on the 4 hour, as you can see a basic rejection, and then it's an uptrend. And every time it touches the rejection, every time it touches the main, it shoots back up, touches the main, shoots back up, touches the main, shoots back up. And I'm seeing like a basic rejection over here. And I scroll down to the 1 hour. So I took the trade around this point on the 4 hour. And then the 1 hour, and I took the trade on the 1 hour. So I waited for it to come down a little bit more. We might, as you can see, I waited for it to touch my trend on this point. And I got in on the green candle. And why my TP, why I have multiple TPs, because so usually my first TP is gonna be the main, this is gonna be my first TP around this area. And my second TP is gonna be the top of the channel. And then my third TP that I set for myself is gonna be, I go back to another time frame, the top of the channel on the 4 hour, because it's gonna hit the first one, it's gonna hit the second one, and then it's gonna continue to at least the top of the channel. On the point you took it, you don't just want to let it keep going. So on the point you took it, you want it to continue for at least 1 to 3. So I set my 3 TPs, and then I watch that hit. Same thing with my AUD USD. I'm gonna scroll. Same thing, I got it when it touched the trend line, and as you can see, since it was having a resistance, a major resistance over here, I just made that my TP because so a major rejection, that's a black line, and a dash line just means that's a strong zone. So that's a point you want to take some of your TPs. My second TP was the top of the channel, and then my third TP, which you already hit both of them, and then my third TP that I said was because of like I said, top of the channel, and that's how you set all those TPs. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I'm about to show you how I do so ways you could take them. How to know when to take a trade. There are multiple ways to take a trade. You could either take a trade when it's ranging up and down. So you could take ranges, you could take a trend, which is what I did for both of them that I showed you today. You could also take a reversal. I'm going to show you how to do that. Or you could catch a smaller part of a higher time frame. Okay, so I'm just going to pick a couple of pairs that I normally trade. Let's see. Geo. Now this is the 1 hour. In this case, you want to buy it when it's this point and you're taking it to this point and this point. And as you see, it clearly has its OTPs. You also need to set, I'll show you how to set a rejection alert to know when to get out of a trade. But currently, this is a good trade for looking for rejection. That's how like trades following the trend. I'm looking for a rejection trade. Cool. Okay. This is a good rejection trade actually. So basically for following the trend, you get at this point. Now, normally you would have taken your TP at the main of the trade, but as you can see a rejection, yeah, so you set a rejection alert, which is just basically right clicking on your click add alert and click on technical primary analysis, the name of the indicator. And now you have 3 alerts, which is what I'm going to show you. The main SR, which also says that's your rejection, which is the black line. You have the resistance broken and you have the support broken. So right now you want to set a resistance, new support resistance line. So you click on that and you click on bumper close and you press OK. And what that basically does, it tells you like when a rejection actually forms and it closes at the end of a candlestick. So say you bought here and then you wrote it up all the way. Now this is your TP. You expected a TP of 78 pips and then a second TP of 156. But you got a rejection a lot at around this point of 57 pips. I would take partials here. And then just usually what it does, this still went up, but usually what it does is it's going to reject and calm down and before shutting back up. And you don't want to be in a trade for that long. Otherwise, because you can hold it, that's just like a bad entry and exit point. So that's just and now for taking a reversal, see at this point you got in any of these points you wanted to get in. Oh, it's above the trend line now, so which means you're looking for it to sell. What you could do, and you've gotten like I said, a rejection and a dash line just tells you that's a strong resistance zone. So you want to take it down to this point. Now, since it's an uptrend, as you can see, but you've been selling, you just don't want to sell at any rejection. No, that makes no sense. You want to sell at when it gets out of the trend channel, and in that case, in order for you to sell, what you need to do is you just want to, it's a reversal. It's an uptrend, so it's a reversal. You want to take it not to the end of the trend, because what it's just going to do is going to come down for a little bit and then reverse back up or consolidate, like that's what it's doing in this case. So what you want to do is you want to take it from the top to the min. You're not taking it down to the end because it's not the same trade. Like, it's not the same trend. It's reversal. So what you want to do is you want to take it from this point up to this point, which is like 85 pips. And then you also want to set a rejection point. So now once you've gotten to this point, then it got to this point, around this point, take it out. Like, take your trade out. Actually, I'm not going to say you short it or anything. Just take your trade out. And once you got out of the trade, and then it rejects, and like you see, it's been consolidating. And then so I've shown you how to follow trend and how to reverse and how to trade in ranges, and this all works on any time frame that you want. As you can see, any time frame. This is a following the trend. I'm looking for a reversal on the 15. No. Yeah, pretty much. This is still following the trend. Like, okay, exactly. See, this is a reversal. So if it's down here, you want to take it up, you could take it from here to the min, usually, yeah. And then, because the trend is still down, as you can see, this is the ultimate trend. This is just what it's doing right now at the moment. But this dotted lines are the ultimate trends, and when they connect together, that tells you that the ultimate trend is doing what the trend right now is doing. So you just want to take it to the min and then get out of the trade and wait for it to correct itself and do what you want it to do. Okay, so that's pretty much the 3 ways you could take it. You could also take it. You could also take like a higher time frame, which is what I like to do, because that way you don't necessarily have to watch a trade for a long time or keep watching it, basically. What you want to do for that one is a higher time frame like this is a good point. I think, yeah, Euro USD. So you see, this is the 4-hour time frame, and this is the min line, actually. And so say around this point, you got into a trade like when you're looking at a trade like when it's made its move, like it's not come down here in a long time, and you're like, what should I do? When should I get into the trade? So when it bounces off the min line and you want to get into the trade, all you need to do is made a point, and now, so this is like your new line right now at this point, and you want to take it you're looking at taking it to the upside. Imagine that this is where the candle is right now. What you're gonna do is, so you want to say it's come down to this point and you want to take it to the upside or the downside. You want to know what you want to just take a trade with your USD. So you send this on the 4 hour, scroll down to the 1 hour. As you can see, on the 4 hour, on the 1 hour, that was the beginning of a new trend, and it was trending upward. So what you want to do is you want to get in, or you could have been watching the 1 hour. You come to the 4 hour, you see what it's doing around this point. Okay, and then as you can see, so that's like when it touches the main on the 4 hour, it touches the main on the 1 hour. So ideally, you can either just follow your principle and just take it on the 1 hour. You could take it on the 4 hour. It doesn't matter. We're still going to do the same thing. So I'll just take it on the. I'll show you how to take it on both of them. So for the 1 hour, this is going to be your first TP. Your second TP is going to be right here. Also, this is also going to be another TP because, like I said, you said a rejection, and like you see, it rejected for a little bit before shooting back up. So you planned for 2 TPs, but you ended up having 3, and you want to know, okay, at this point, when it hits your TP here, you want to know, what am I doing? Am I getting out of this trade, or am I still staying in this trade? You scroll back to your higher time frame, and scaling. As you can see, this is your TP right now. Your higher time frame is going to tell you, oh, you're at this point. It hasn't shot up to the top of the. At this point, it hasn't shot up to the top of the channel. So this, you found your entry point. This is your entry point. So you also want to take it to this point, and that's how you know if you should stay in the trade or if you should get out of the trade when it gets to the top of the channel. Just go to your higher time frame, and pretty much that's the idea of the trade. Like, and then you end up catching on your 4 hour. You're only trading from the main to the top, but on your 1 hour, you just traded everything. So you ended up catching 174, 172. Yeah, got it. Okay. And you had 40 pieces instead of having just 3. And then the same thing also works for like indices, metals, and cryptos, and stocks. So that's why 317 wanted to work for everything. And that's why it took a long time for us to perfect this strategy before presenting out to the public. A trade like this, I personally wouldn't take it. Why? Because it's just too close to a rejection. So, or even if I was gonna take it, because this is the 4 hour, I was only gonna take it for like a 4 hour candle. I wasn't gonna be holding it for no crazy amount of time. Like I could just calculate like the pips in my head and be like, is it worth it to me? If yeah, I'm going to get into it. If not, I'm not going to take it. But let me see what I'm showing you on the 1 hour. So it's not at the bottom of the channel, but a rejection was formed on the 1 hour. And after rejection was found, and it's close to, let me draw a box to make you see it. And it's close to this line. So at this point is when I'm going to take it. Where am I going to take it up to? This one. It's literally that simple. It doesn't get easier than this. And then another thing I would do is, this is going to be my ultimate TP, obviously. But as I could see, I've gotten a rejection line that has kept on following my line. So this is also going to be another TP, the rejection. So remember, first TP, second TP, third TP. It's very much as simple as that. Also, this principle works on anything that works with TradingView platform. So from indices to metals, to volatile pairs, to even cryptos. Yeah, my BTC is still going up. Like I said, showing up to 21. That's just the confidence you have to work with it, because on the 1 hour it's going to get to this point, but I'm waiting for this to load up. So I'll show you what I took. As you can see, this is not, I didn't take that on the 1 hour. It's going to do, I took that on the 4 hour. So what it's going to do is it's going to shoot up. It's just because of the market is just opening up right now. I took it yesterday. Like, it just because of the way crypto works, it's just a little bit more funky than forex. But pretty much, I took this on the 4 hour. So I'm going to be adding this for our list throughout today and probably tomorrow. We'll say, I'll probably just update people in my Telegram group chat about this to see how it goes. So basically, you can also trade this on any crypto. You can add any crypto your broker lets you trade. And this also works on stocks. However, to trade decent stocks, so I'm just open like, I don't know, Alibaba. And as you can see, as long as there are no fundamentals, say there's nothing going on with the news videos coming in, you just trade it from top to bottom, trade reversals, and then set your alerts pretty much for close. And lastly, you could trade options with it, which is some options. So for this, basically the principle for trading options is you just wanna scroll down to like 5 minutes, 1 minute, 5 minutes. As you can see, these people will trade HFX and binary options. We love this. Take it at a time and just buy, up, sell, down. Same thing for the 1 minute, like literally that's how it works. Sometimes you might have to zoom out because it has to say the amount of candles and then calculate it for you. But it calculates what it says on your screen. That's what it does. Sometimes you might have to do this to give it more time to calculate it. Come back. As you can see, this was a reversal. Perfect. Reversal. I'll take it to you. as you can see, same thing. Take it down. But that's pretty much the summary of the indicator. Just imagine you just got 119 pips of two regular pairs, not indices, not metals, not any fast moving pairs, just two regular moving pairs. You got 119 pips. So imagine how much you're catching with. It's the same principle that you're catching with indices, that you're catching with gold, metals like gold, silver, like they're more faster than regular pairs. It's just, yeah, it's just crazy. If you want access to this indicator, it's free for the rest of the year. Just send a DM to 317 Investments, or you could just join the link in this Telegram group chat and shoot me a message from there, and I would